Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was a massive blockbuster that grossed $500 million, earned a certified Fresh Tomato score, and left me feeling disappointed. In this video, I'll explain the 3 main reasons for why I did not like the movie, as well as a few things I enjoyed about the film. As a disclaimer, I have not played Sonic Adventure 2, which the movie is based on. This is Erudite Games, and let's get started. Problem number 1. The movie has too many similarities with the previous film, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I can easily write an outline that can encapsulate either film. While Tom and Maddie are busy, Sonic has a run-in with someone similar to Sonic, but stronger, faster, and meaner. Let's call him Evil Sonic. In the second movie, this character is Knuckles, and in the third movie, this is Shadow. Both of these characters have been plagued by a dark past of losing a loved one, and team up with Robotnik to usurp the world as revenge. In the second film, Ivo Robotnik wanted to take over the world, and in the third film, Gerald Robotnik wanted to destroy it. To combat them, Sonic and Tails come up with a plan to prevent Robotnik from succeeding. However, the plan leads to one of Sonic's friends almost dying. In Sonic 3, this is the scene where Tom goes unconscious. Sonic is filled with despair, and he decides to abandon his friends to take on Eggman alone. Watching this scene almost felt like deja vu, because the exact same sequence of events happened in the previous movie when Tails fell unconscious and Sonic, filled with despair, decided to abandon his friends to take on Eggman alone. This was the moment where I realized that Sonic 3 was repeating the same story beats as its predecessor. The ending is the same story. Sonic and Evil Sonic battle it out, only for Evil Sonic to realize that he has been blinded by his own anger and doesn't need revenge. Sonic offers his hand, and the two team up to stop Robotnik. Sonic joins up with his friends, and they successfully destroy the weapon Robotnik was using, leaving him to die. As you can see, the final acts of the two films are nearly identical. I'm fine if a franchise is trying to draw parallels to its previous installments. However, this feels more like a repeat. That leads to problem number 2, the death of Ivo Eggman Robotnik. At the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, we see Eggman fall from a great height into an explosion, only to reveal in the sequel that he miraculously lived with no explanation given.
Eggman's alive?
And at the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, he just gets killed off in a dramatic, bittersweet moment of redemption. However, it doesn't feel meaningful to revive a character from the dead only to kill them off later in the same movie. When I first watched the movie, it was hard for me to believe that Eggman actually died again, especially since one of the bonus credits scenes shows Shadow survived, even though he was also in an explosion. And Jim Carrey, the actor who plays Eggman, said that he was open to being in Sonic 4. It was no surprise that in March 2026, that Jim Carrey was announced to be in the 4th movie. How many times will we see him die before it sticks? Problem number 3. Agent Stone's character arc. While Agent Stone and Tails were exploring the abandoned military base, they had a conversation.
So, what's it like being Sonic's assistant?
Oh, I'm not Sonic's assistant. We're teammates. That and the fact we're best friends.
You are.
Well, yeah, just like you and Eggman, right?
Oh, yeah, of course, yes. Me and the doctor, best of friends. It's definitely what we are.
Agent Stone has clear envy over Tails' relationship with Sonic, as Eggman has never shown respect for Stone. When I saw this scene, I thought that the story was setting up for Agent Stone to stop reverencing Eggman and become his own person. This is further set up to be the character arc when Eggman starts showing less respect for Stone after Eggman meets his grandfather, Gerald. Then at the end of the movie, when Eggman is supposedly about to sacrifice himself, he delivers his final live stream to Stone. While Eggman does call Stone a friend, he follows up with this.
I'll miss your lattes with steamed Austrian goat milk.
He is not saying that he'll miss Agent Stone. He is saying that he'll miss the lattes. The scene illustrates that Eggman takes pleasure in Agent Stone's labor more than he respects Stone as a person, which has been a recurring theme in all 3 installments of Sonic. Yet somehow, Agent Stone now respects Eggman more than ever, which I feel to be baffling. After being abused by Dr. Robotnik for 3 movies, it would have been a more fulfilling ending if we saw Agent Stone in the epilogue enjoying his freedom without the burden of Robotnik. So those are my 3 main problems with the movie. The plot is a repeat of the second film, Eggman's death wasn't impactful, and Agent Stone's character arc was unconvincing. However, I have a few nitpicks that I want to address that go beyond just the 2 Robotniks dancing in a room of death lasers with their heads exposed. For one, in Gerald's plan to infiltrate gun headquarters, Shadow is sidelined despite being both capable and motivated. While Shadow does eventually go to the headquarters, he only does so because he is ambushed by Tails. Then, uncharacteristically, Knuckles decides to leave the all-powerful Master Emerald that he spent years training to find, to Wade, the deputy sheriff who loses the emerald almost immediately. The Knuckles TV show is dedicated to Knuckles training Wade, and it exemplifies how the emerald is too big of a responsibility. Wade has to fight against the Octavius ripoff, and all Wade does is throw bowling balls to get blocked. Ultimately, Knuckles needs to help Wade. While Wade is an adequate partner, Knuckles shouldn't feel confident that Wade can protect the Master Emerald on his own. Another nitpick is when Tom falls directly on his back, his only apparent injury ends up being a broken arm. He cracks a joke about being slower, but he doesn't show it because his leg and back are completely fine. Putting aside that I've been very critical about the film, there were a few things I did like about the movie. First, the movie was well paced. None of the scenes felt too rushed or overstayed their welcome. By extension, the runtime wasn't too long, being under 2 hours, which is considerate when most newer movies are dragged out for 2.5, sometimes over 3 hours. Another strength is the circle ending of the movie, where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles actually race, which helps tie up the movie. The most enjoyable part for me wasn't actually part of the movie itself. I watched Sonic 3 at the Alamo Drafthouse. Instead of displaying ads before a movie, the Alamo has a half-hour pre-show of related video content. The one for Sonic 3 was primarily a compilation of different Sonic commercials, mainly from the 90s. It felt surreal, particularly because the commercials shown were from all across the world. The highlight of the pre-show was a 10-minute video where a real-life hedgehog was being fed apple slices. Better yet, an even longer version of this video is available on YouTube. Despite Sonic the Hedgehog 3 being a box office success, with several moments I enjoyed, overall it felt short of the previous film and left me uninterested in Sonic 4. Thank you for watching. This is Erudite Games, and I will see you in the next video.